you give Chris the PDF for tonight? Thank you.
As I was walking out of the building when I last saw you.
Oh, good. Excellent. But it's only 6:27. How is it possible that we're ready to go?
Okay. Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom. Testing. May I have one of those, please?
Can I give you the other one?
Yeah. Take whatever I'm handed.
No, I think that Jennifer.
Lai 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 ai lai 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 ai lai 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 ai lai 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 lai
Welcome. Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
We gather here in the brightness, the coolness of the sanctuary here at Brooklyn Heights Synagogue to welcome Shabbat and to gather as community. Whether this is your first time joining us or whether you are a regular, it is a pleasure to be able to gather For those who are wondering, we are mask optional, so please feel totally comfortable keeping a mask on throughout. Some of us have become expert over the last 2.5 years at singing and speaking and doing many things through the mask when necessary. And if it's your preference not, that's fine as well. We have a lot of space in the sanctuary. For those who are on the live stream, you can do whatever you want. You're at home, I assume, so that's your call. As I was saying to Laurie and Jonathan before, as Miles was rehearsing with a cantor and myself, we are a participatory synagogue, which means we want you to join in. To that effect, of course, we've handed out the prayer books, Mishkan Tefillah, but we're going to make life even easier, which is if you want to keep your head up and not down in the book, all of our prayers are going to show up, or almost all of them are going to show up on the wall. The only thing that'll be missing is when it's Hebrew, there'll be the Hebrew and the translate. You'll find the translation in the book. There's a limit to what we can squeeze into that slide on the wall. So we want to invite you to join in, to participate, to celebrate, and be present with us. With that in mind, we are on page 2 on this Shabbat as we turn to our last creative labor of the work week, that definitional labor, kindling flame, which defines human beings as creators for 6 out of the 7 days of the week, this last creative activity, and then we step back and we are reminded we're in Shabbat and that we are creatures as well as creators. So let me call on Miles and his parents and his siblings to come on up carefully to the candle table, gather round, as Miles is going to lead us in the kindling of Shabbat lights. Perhaps a little bit early, but Jewish tradition tells us we can bring Shabbat in early and have it depart late. You can always increase your Shabbat. Magic candles. Let them light. There you go. Okay. Amen. Excellent work. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, are you ready? Yeah, I know. Shabbat Shalom. You're next. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. You want to chant Torah tomorrow a little? Yeah, I know. Okay. Shabbat Shalom. Don't leave the sanctuary, okay? Please. Watch your step going down, everyone. We're going to turn ahead to page 9 as we join together in a reading to set the mood for our entry into Shabbat. We read responsively, "There are days when we seek things for ourselves and measure failure by what we do not gain. On Shabbat, we seek not to acquire, but to share. And there are days when we exploit nature as if it were a horn of plenty that can never be exhausted. On Shabbat, we stand in wonder before the mystery of creation. There are days when we act as if we cared nothing for the rights of others. On Shabbat, we remember that justice is our duty, a better world our goal. So we embrace Shabbat, day of rest, day of wonder, day of peace. We sanctify time. As Rabbi Heschel taught us, Shabbat is an oasis in time that we create. But not only is Shabbat sacred time, we envision Shabbat personified, a beloved guest who returns, friend and lover, bride and queen, groom and king, whatever metaphor works in your household, the one we await the return of each and every week, a taste of the world yet to come. The words of Lecha Dodi you'll find on pages 20 and 21. When we reach the final stanza, as always, at that time I'll give you a signal. We'll rise, we'll turn toward the entryway, and we will invite Shabbat in to join us.
לך דודי לקראת כלה יללה 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 בני שבת נקבלה היי שמור וזכור בדיבור אחד השמיענו אל המיוחד אדוני אחד ושמו אחד לשמו תפארת ולתחילה לך דודי לקראת כלה יללה 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 בני שבת נקבלה לך דודי לקראת כלה יללה 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 בני שבת נקבלה לקראת שבת לכו בניך כי היא מקור הברכה מראש מקדם נסוכה סוף מעשה במחשבה תחילה לך דודי לקראת כלה יללה 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 בני שבת נקבלה לך דודי לקראת כלה יללה 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 בני שבת נקבלה התעוררי התעוררי כי באורך קומי אורי 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 שיר דברי כבוד אדוני עלייך נגלה לך דודי לקראת כלה יללה 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 בני שבת נקבלה לך דודי לקראת כלה יללה 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 בני שבת נקבלה בואי ושלום עטרת בעלה גם בשמחה ובצהלה תוך אמונה עם סגולה בואי חלה בואי חלה לך דודי לקראת כלה יללה 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 בני שבת נקבלה לך דודי לקראת כלה יללה 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 בני שבת נקבלה.
Having welcomed Shabbat, we can do no less than welcome one another. So while we're standing here in the sanctuary, I invite you to take a moment, wish Shabbat Shalom, a peaceful Shabbat, first to those you've arrived with, then make a new acquaintance, go over in front or behind. Fine, sir. How are you? Good Shabbos. So I'll invite you to have a seat. I also want to welcome those who are on the Zoom tonight. So let me also give a shout out and a welcome to Michiko and Ann and Mark and Art and Dan and Olivia and Jeff and Karen Gordon, one of our past presidents, who we're going to be celebrating tonight, and Pat Rosenblum and Randall, And I think that's everyone who's on the Zoom at the moment. I'm sure there'll be more people joining, but it's good to have you on Zoom as well. We are going to join together in the call to worship. You can find the Baruch Hu. I know I just sat you down, but I'm going to get you up again. I'm sorry. My bad. Page 28, if you're able to rise in body and or spirit, I invite you to do so either here or on Zoom for the call to worship.
Yeah, no, no, yeah, no, 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 no. Yeah, no, 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 no. Yeah, no, 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 no. Yeah, no, no, yeah, no, 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 no. Yeah, no, no, yeah, no, 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 no. Yeah, no, no, yeah, no, 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 no. Yeah, no, 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 no. Yeah, no, no, yeah, no, 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 no. Baruch hu et Adonai hamevorach. Baruch Adonai hamevorach leolam va'ed. Baruch Adonai hamevorach leolam va'ed. Yeah, na, na, yeah, na, 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 na. Ah, na, na, yeah, na, 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 na. Yeah, na, 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 na. Yeah, na, na, yeah, na, 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 na.
Invite you to have a seat if you like as we join together at the top of page 31 or right up on the wall together. Praise to you, Adonai our God, from whom the evening flows. Your wisdom sets the way on which time and season glide. Your breath guides the sail of the stars. Creator of the tide of time and light, you guide the current of day into night. As heaven spans to infinity, you set its course for eternity. Praise to you, Adonai our God, from whom the evening flows. Baruch atah Adonai, Hama'ariv Aravim.
Amen.
We join with the cantor in the singing of Ahavat Olam, page 32, or right up on the wall.
Ahavat olam Beit Yisrael Amecha ahavta Torah u'mitzvot Chokim u'mishpatim Otanu limadata Al kain Adonai Eloheinu b'shachbeinu uvkumeinu nasiach b'chukecha v'nismach b'divrei toratecha u'b'mitzvotecha le'olam va'ed ki hem chayenu ve'orech yameinu وهم نجي يوما بليلة نجي يوما بليلة وأحبتك أل تسير ממנו לעולמים ברוך אתה אדוני אוהב עמו ישראל אוהב עמו
Page 34, right up on the screen.
Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad Baruch Shem
Miles, come on up.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ושוכבך ובקומך וקשרתם לאות על ידיך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובישעריך למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוציא אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים אני אדוני אלוהיכם אדוני אלוהיכם אמת.
Yesh koyach. Good work. We are on page 39, or right up on the wall as we read together. Standing on the parted shores of history, we still believe what we were taught before ever we stood at Sinai's foot, that wherever we go, it is eternally Egypt, that there is a better place, a promised land, that the winding way to that promise passes through the wilderness, that there is no way to get from here to there except by joining hands and marching together. The words of crossing through the sea, the Micha Mocha, page 40, or right up on the wall.
Micha Mocha ba'elim Adonai, Micha Mocha nedar ba'kodesh, Nora tehilot, Osefele, Malachutecha ra'uvanecha bokeyam, Livnei Moshe u'Miriam, Zeli anu ve'amru, Adonai imloch le'olam va'ed.
I'm going to have the cantor. Akdamut?
Akdamut.
Akdamut. So, not a melody that you're going, wait, what? Have we learned that melody before? So Micha Mocha is it's a bellwether of what's coming. And so often we have melodies that we're familiar with, we love to sing with. But every so often, Micha Mocha tells us a holiday is coming. And that's traditional chazonis, the art of the cantor, to tell us that Saturday night, Sunday, is, of course, the festival of Shavuot. So what you heard was a taste of a unique liturgical poem called Akdamut, which has a melody, which you might not be that familiar with if you haven't made it to a traditional Shavuot service in a few years or longer. But for the ear, right, for the ear that, right, oh wait, there's something special going on. And that melody attached to the Micha Mocha on this Shabbat tells us, Shavuot is coming. Thank you, cantor.
ונאמר כי פדה אדוני את יעקב וגאלו מיד חזק ממנו ברוך אתה אדוני גאל ישראל.
Amen. You'll find the words of Dan Nichols' composition of Hashkivenu right up on the wall.
השכיבנו אדוני אלוהינו לשלום Spread the shelter of your peace over us. Guide us in wisdom, compassion, and trust. Hashkiveinu Adonai, Eloheinu leshalom, v'hamideinu shamreinu lechaim. Save us for the sake of your name. Shield us from hatred, sorrow, and pain. Ashkiveinu Adonai, Eloheinu leshalom, v'hamideinu shamreinu lechaim, lechaim, lechaim.
We join in the Chatimah, bottom of the screen.
Baruch atah Adonai haporeh sukat shalom. Shalom aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael. Ve'al Yerushalayim ve'al kol amo. Ve'al Yerushalayim shalom. Ve'al Yerushalayim ve'al kol amo. Ve'al Yerushalayim shalom. Baruch atah Adonai haporeh sukat shalom. Shalom aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael. Shalom aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael.
The words of Exodus 31, V'shamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat. The people of Israel shall keep Shabbat, observing Shabbat throughout the ages as a covenant for all time. It is a sign for all time between me and the people of Israel.
V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי לעולם, לעולם, כי ששת ימים עשה את השמיים ואת הארץ, וביום השביעי שבת וינפש.
I invite you to rise in body and or spirit as able as we come to Tefillah, the standing prayers, page 46, or right up on the wall.
Adonai sefatai tiftachu fi yagid gilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai אלוהינו ואלוהי אבותינו ואימותינו, אלוהי אברהם, אלוהי יצחק, ואלוהי יעקב, אלוהי שרה, אלוהי רבקה, אלוהי רחל, ואלוהי לאה, האל הגדול, הגיבור והנורא, אליון, גומל חסדים טובים, וקונה הכל, וזוכר חסדי אבות ואימהות, ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם, למען שמו באהבה. מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן, ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם ועזרת שרה. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיי הכל אתה רב להושיע, מוריד הטל, מכלכל חיים בחסד, מחיי הכל ברחמים רבים. סומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר. מי כמוך בעל גבורות, ומי דומה לך, מלך ממית ומחיה, ומצמיח ישועה, ונאמן אתה להחיות הכל. ברוך אתה אדוני, מחיה הכל. אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש, וקדושים בכל יום יהללוך הסלע. ברוך אתה אדוני, האל הקדוש.
I'll invite you, if you wish to remain standing, to do so. If you would prefer to have a seat, you're invited to do so as well as we continue on through the remainder of Tefillah, page 55. Let's join together. May these hours of rest and renewal open our hearts to joy and our minds to truth. May all who struggle find rest on this day. May all who suffer find solace. May all who hurt find healing on this day. May all who despair find purpose. May all who hunger find fulfillment on this day. And may this day fulfill its promise. Baruch atah Adonai, Mikadesh HaShabbat.
Amen.
Page 57 together. Ever-present one, may we, your people Israel, be worthy in our deeds and our prayer. Wherever we live, wherever we seek you, in this land, in Zion restored, in all lands, you are our God, whom alone we serve in reverence. Baruch atah Adonai, sha'otecha levadecha b'yirah na'avod. Page 59. God of goodness, we give thanks for the gift of life, wonder beyond words, for the awareness of soul, our light within, for the world around us so filled with beauty, for the richness of the earth which day by day sustains us. For all these and more, we offer thanks. Baruch atah Adonai, hatov shemcha ulecha na'eh lehodot. The prayer for peace, page 60, Shalom Rav.
Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Ki ata hu melech Adon lechol hashalom. V'tov beinecha levarech et amcha Yisrael b'chol עת ובכל שעה בשלומך. שלום רב על ישראל עמך תשים לעולם. שלום רב על ישראל עמך תשים לעולם.
Baruch atah Adonai, hamevarech et amo Yisrael b'shalom. Blessed are you, Eternal One, for you bless our people Israel and all peoples, we pray, with peace. invite you to have a seat at this time. Unless you really want to keep standing, that's fine too. You'll find the traditional prayer that leads into silent prayer, page 62, some contemporary offerings on 63, or a blank screen that indicates whatever your own hearts would offer.
עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל.
Not quite there. So, Shabbat Shalom. We can feel summer coming on, and it is a warm, bright day outside, and indeed, it is a warm, bright moment at the Brooklyn Heights Synagogue. We are going through a transition, as we do regularly, from one leadership team, lay leadership team, to our next, from one president and one executive committee and board to our next president, executive committee and board. I want to afford Marcia Bellows, our current president, a few moments just to share some concluding presidential words before we begin the process, Marcia, that will then install you as the immediate past president of the Brooklyn Heights Synagogue. The pulpit is yours.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone, and
Shabbat
congratulations
Shalom.
to the Solar family. I just have a few words of reflection and thanks. First, I want everyone to know how much this community has meant to me. When I moved from Chicago to New York City for my husband's work almost 21 years ago, I knew no one in New York City. And in Brooklyn Heights Synagogue, I found a warm community that welcomed our family and that has spiritually sustained us for these past 21 years. It was truly, as president, it was truly an honor and privilege to be of service to this extraordinary community, especially during these last 2 years with COVID. I will cherish the time spent working closely in sacred partnership with Rabbi Lip. Serge, thank you so much for your leadership and guidance. And to my other sacred partners, Sue Gold and Linda Harvey, thank you for your committed work during this very difficult time. Also, I want to thank my executive committee, Miriam Katowitz, who's here, Aaron Zimmerman, Julie Irwin, Jeff Powers, and Scott Rubin. And also, I'd like to thank the whole board of trustees. Between COVID and the construction project, there were many more meetings and more work to do than in any other year that I can think of. Thank you so much for sticking it there and handling the extra load. I also want to thank my family who couldn't be here, Alan and Jason, who fully supported me during this time and who tolerated the background noise of many synagogue Zoom meetings during the stay-at-home period of COVID. Thanks also to the many committees. I see Alicia Zimmerman, chair of the membership committee, Alan Schifris, chair of the project management committee, and many other committees, capital campaign, social justice, Gala committee, chaired by Rhonda Epstein and Melissa Kubin, and countless other groups. Thank you for persevering and not letting COVID stop you from your work that has strengthened the community to this day. I also want to thank my kitchen cabinet of past presidents. I don't think any of them are here. Oh, they're on Zoom. Ann Landman, Rhonda Epstein, Melissa Benson, Susan Chaddick, who I relied on for advice and counsel. Thank you. I look forward to being a member of the Past Presidents Club. As Rhonda Epstein encouraged us at the gala to say yes when asked to do something for BHS, I too have never regretted saying yes to any opportunity to serve the BHS community. It has always been a rewarding experience, and I encourage all of you out there to say yes when BHS calls upon you to take on a leadership role. I finally want to thank someone else who said yes, Lauren Young, our new incoming president. Lauren, thank you for saying yes to the presidency and for making the past couple months of transition pleasant and so much fun. And Lauren is going to come join me on the Bima because I have some unfinished business to take care of.
Here's your unfinished business. All right. What do you want to start with? We have Serge. You're going to come up here too.
Yes, dear.
Okay. He's so well trained. You did a great job training him. Good job, Deb. All right. So, Serge. These are all very suitable for framing. Some of you may know Serge is celebrating his 25th anniversary here at the Brooklyn Heights Synagogue. You can applaud. And a couple weeks ago, we had this giant gala, which was amazing. But now we actually have some lingering gifts for you.
Ooh.
So.
I love gifts.
This is a letter from Mayor Eric Adams acknowledging Rabbi Lip for his 25th rabbinical anniversary.
I saw Eric on Tuesday. He was getting out of the car. I was walking down the street. His guy said, "Hi, we can't stop. We're going someplace."
So you're gonna read all of these things later. Do you want to present maybe this one because it's pretty cool and it's somewhat legal and.
Okay, this is from Congresswoman Nydia Velazquez. It's in recognition of Rabbi Serge Lip for his community service. The Honorable Nydia M. Velazquez put in the congressional record recognition of Rabbi Lip for his 25 years of devotion and service to the community, heading the Brooklyn Heights Synagogue.
Thank you. It's in the congressional record.
Yeah, it's in the congressional record.
Thank you. Am I going to get an office to hang these in?
Yes. Yes.
You promise?
Okay, finally, this one's really cool.
23.
Yeah, this one's really cool. This is from the New York State Assembly, and it has a lot of whereas, and then a resolved. But it's written in very
Yeah.
formal language, but it does recognize you for stepping forward to lead, offering your open heart and mind, I don't know, yada yada, and service to community. Thank you.
Thank you.
And then here are all your other letters suitable for framing.
Ooh, thank you. Thank you very much.
That's all I have.
So,
Okay, Shabbat Shalom, everybody.
Shabbat Shalom. Marcia, Lauren, I'm going to have you guys sit right there together for a few minutes. By the way, Rita Schwartz is really happy. I had lunch with Rita. She said, what about those citations? Yeah. So this is not about me. This is about our leadership. So you may not know this, but we have a custom here at Brooklyn Heights Synagogue. Let me see who's on the Zoom. So I do want to mention that, let's see, Karen Gordon, I know you're on the Zoom. So since you're on the Zoom, Andy Berger, you're here. And is Jen Germain? I don't see Jen, and I don't see Jeff. So let's see. Andy Berger, please stand up. Okay, so Andy, you know that we have this custom when you step off of the board, which doesn't mean that you're leaving anything to do with the synagogue. It just means we give you a little break for a while. I try to buy a book for the library in honor of you specifically. So there are supply chain issues with books this year. However, I printed out the cover. Okay, Andy Berger, into our the Rabbi Serge A. Lip Memorial Library. That's how I'm referring to it. The book that will be going in there is From Maimonides to Microsoft, The Jewish Law of Copyright Since the Birth of Print. So I couldn't quite find something that said intellectual property law in Jewish tradition, but maybe you'll write that, okay? So it's by Neil Weinstock Natanel, and you can have the first dibs once it comes in on reading it, and then it goes on the shelves of the library when I get my office. January 2023, that's right. Maybe sooner. Okay, Andy, stay standing. Now, Karen. Karen's on the Zoom. So for Karen, there's a Prime book, not Amazon Prime. There's a Prime book, and there's also a book for her and Jeff as officers. So as our immediate past president stepping down from board, and for Jeff stepping down as first vice president. So each of them, there's an extra book. So Karen, you were wondering what I was going to get for you. So after reading through your book about your dad, I acquired How Jews Became Germans, A History of Conversion and Assimilation in Berlin. And it's a remarkable, readable book that tells us about that modern period when the Jewish people actually left the ghettos and were invited to become citizens, in this case, of the city of Berlin. It's got a really wonderful cover as well. So I will look forward to you getting a first read on that. Now for Jeff Powers, our outgoing first vice president. Jeff, Jewish Wisdom for Business Success. Since this is a man who spends his days selling product, lessons from the Torah and other ancient texts. So Jewish texts. So Jeff, this is for you. May it serve you well. You get first read. And then for both, and actually this really applies to all our trustees, Robert Leventhal, who I've worked with for many years, Stepping Forward Together, Synagogue Visioning and Planning. And that's actually not going in the library right away. That is going to be going to our new president and her board. Finally, Jen Germain. Arise, Arise, Deborah, Ruth, and Hannah. Illuminations and commentary by Deborah Band. These are the biblical recitations from the book of Judges, the story of Deborah, from Samuel, the story of Hannah, and from the book of Ruth, which we will hear on Sunday for Shavuot. Beautiful illustration and commentary by Deborah Band, and she's the artist. Deborah, her husband, Arnold Band, offers the literary commentary, and it's one of those books. It's better than a coffee table book. It's a beautiful art book that will be in the library, and Jen, you get first rights to it. So let us turn to our departing officers and trustees, and let us all recite. Andy, you're holding up the fort for the rest here, okay? We wish God's blessing on you and offer you grateful thanks. We know that though you have concluded your service as a trustee, that you have not concluded your commitment to our congregation. We hope that those who follow in your footsteps will turn to you for guidance, advice, and inspiration. Thank you. Now, officers and trustees renewing or continuing on in their terms. Officers renewing, Miriam Kadowich, treasurer, please arise. Okay. Trustees renewing or continuing on in their terms. Andy Ball, Lisa Smith-Dintz, Jen Gordon, Scott Grubin, Melissa Kubin, Jen Richardson, David Salpeter, and I think we are missing, who are we missing from that list? We're missing someone from that. Julie Irwin, please stand. There we go. Yes. Oh, I know why. It's because when the time, yes, but you're still a trustee, and if you're a trustee, please stand. There's, just so you understand, officers and trustees are not aligned in our bylaws. It makes for some chaos. Okay, honorary trustees, Dr. Morrill, Mike Avram, we send our blessings out to Southampton. Past presidents, our living past presidents, Herb Glantz, Judith Fishman, Joyce Raskin, Ann Landman is on the Zoom, Linda Sosnowitz, Joel Nowak, Barbara Deinhardt, Susan Chaddock, Harry Greenwald, Melissa Benson, Scott Sager, Rhonda Epstein, David Jarislaw, Karen Gordon is on the Zoom, and our new immediate past president, Marcia Bellows. Together, we ask God's blessing on you. May you continue to serve this congregation and community in strength and wisdom. May your efforts be blessed and your lives be enriched by your experiences here. And may you be blessed with insight and vision, perspective and passion. Mazel tov.
Mazel tov.
Okay, now I hope I got this right. New officers and trustees. I'm going to ask Lauren Young to please rise. Aaron Zimmerman, our new first vice president, to please rise. Nancy Cohn, who is a new trustee and a new vice president, to please rise. Alan Schifris, but new vice president, to rise. And Alan Gertler, our new secretary, to rise. I also want to acknowledge our new trustees to the board. Nancy's already standing. Dan Rosenbaum is on the Zoom, I believe. Rachel Schnall is here. And Dory Weiss. Now, Dan and Dory can't be here because they're COVID positive. So they decided it would not be a nice gift to, So we are installing them remotely. Remote installation. My wife can talk to you about, that's a different field. Okay, and I want to call the entire executive committee, new, and Miriam, you as well, up to the ark as we take the Torah out. I'll ask everyone to rise because we are going to take the scroll out. And I'm also going to call up, Rachel up as a new trustee. Please come on up. Lauren. No, this is actually Russian. That's the one they ran and hid with. So together, we welcome you as new trustees of the Brooklyn Heights Synagogue. You have gained the attention of your peers because of your demonstrated commitment to Judaism and the synagogue, your willingness to serve others, your integrity, and your ability to work in concert with others equally devoted. May you act with reason, logic, and prudence, but may you also temper those qualities with compassion, understanding, and vision. May you recognize the commonalities of our congregation and the uniqueness of each individual. We welcome you officially to your positions of leadership at the Brooklyn Heights Synagogue, officially install you, and we pray blessings upon you in the words of Scripture, Chazak ve'amatz, strong and of good courage.
Avenu shalom alechem, Avenu shalom alechem, Avenu shalom alechem, Avenu shalom, shalom, shalom alechem, Avenu shalom alechem, Avenu shalom alechem, Avenu shalom alechem, Avenu shalom, shalom, shalom alechem.
So we can pass the Torah to each member up here. Don't forget these guys. It's a light Torah. It's heavy in metaphysical weight, but it's light in all other terms. And we're going to return it. By the way, I'll remind you that the beautiful crowns and choshen, the shield, are donated just a few years back by Fran Gottfried in memory of her mom's 100th birthday.
Wow.
So should have good yichus. And I'll invite everyone to please be seated. Lauren, don't go anywhere.
I'm not going anywhere.
So I said to Lauren a few weeks back that I wasn't going to preach a sermon because we have all of this going on. So Lauren, the pulpit is all yours. I'm going to go sit there.
Okay, great. Shabbat shalom. I'm going to be short. Miles, you had no idea this was happening tonight, did you? Okay. And just so everybody knows, there's going to be an oneg upstairs after this, so there's food and drink. We're going to be making a toast to Marcia, too, in case you're thinking that you should run out because you're really hungry. There's stuff to eat.
Wait.
Go ahead, and then, yeah, I saw it.
Oh, you saw it.
Yeah,
Good.
I saw
Okay, it's there.
That back.
Okay.
Great. There's so many tricks up here. Okay, so Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
I am honored and excited to be the 23rd president of the Brooklyn Heights Synagogue. That said, I do feel like I am missing some key requirements to lead this congregation. So here's my full disclosure. My son Leo did not attend the Brooklyn Heights Synagogue preschool. Sorry, Pam. I personally, and this is terrible, have never attended Havara, but I will, I promise, which is the weekly Torah study group, for those of you who don't know what that is. I have never volunteered at our homeless shelter, which is also terrible. I have done good things, I promise, but I have not volunteered there. So that is another thing, once it's up and running, Anne, I promise you, I will be volunteering there. I've never sung in the choir, although I keep hoping that you're going to discover me singing back there and say, please join the choir. In some ways, I would say I don't think I'm Jewish enough to lead all of you. But then, and this is the but then, I was the chair of the religious school committee. And as chair of the religious school committee, I did the most important mitzvah in the history of Brooklyn Heights Synagogue for anyone. I planned the Purim Carnival. Not once, but many times I planned that Purim Carnival.
That's how Marcia Bellows got started.
I know,
You
it's the
that.
gateway. It's
Yeah.
the gateway to leadership here. Okay, so also, I was not bat mitzvahed. I actually dropped out of Hebrew school. Sorry,
Hebrew
Miles.
school dropout.
But I did study Hebrew in college. And I would say that my Purim Carnival skills do make me uniquely qualified to lead this congregation in the next 2 years, and for the other deficiencies, I'll make up for it the lost time. But the reason why I accepted this role is because I am committed to family. And this is my family. This is my tribe, you are my people, And my family needs me right now. We are like literally at the crossroads here. We are out of this building. This is one of the last services we're going to be having here. We're going to be gone for the next 6 months. The preschool's going one place, the religious school's going somewhere else. We're going to be having services across the street. Like, it's going to be a little chaotic. And my family will tell you I am very good at controlling chaos. So I hope to keep it all together. We also have this massive construction project, and I think everybody knows that it's massive, and it's actually bigger than next week. They're actually going to be taking down the stairwell. Is it next week? So we'll find out how bad it's really going to be next week when that center staircase comes out, and we know structurally where this building stands.
Please let it keep standing.
And then we just have the world that we live in, which is totally crazy. And the reason why I also stepped up to do this is because this is a congregation that really believes in Tikkun Olam, in repairing the world. I mean, the things that we do here, we can move mountains as a group. And under my leadership, I hope that we can make this world a better place. So looking ahead, I'm really excited to work with the trustees who are here, the people who are on Zoom, the ones who are hopefully convalescing. I'm really excited to work with you, Rabbi Lip. I call him Serge, but he's a menschy mensch. And Cantor Ayala, you are our beautiful songbird. You lead us so beautifully. Linda, you are our executive director. She is amazing. She's wonderful, dynamic, and did I mention amazing? And then all of the staff, thank you. You're all so great. You make it easy to do this. So I do want to say, finally, that I want to thank my family. They're sitting in the back there. My husband, Jonathan, who doesn't like to be the center of attention at all. But if you do see him at services, be really nice to him, okay? And then my son, Leo. My stepsons, Leo. My stepsons, Evan's son, could not be here tonight because it's actually their mother's birthday, and they're having Shabbat dinner with her, so that takes precedence. I want you guys all to know that Leo is very excited about my presidency because he is going to camp in a couple weeks and then he's going to college, so he basically doesn't have to be here for the next 2 years. As I said, if you do see my husband, though, at services, please be nice to him. Okay, and now, Marcia, where did you go? I want to bring you back up here. Marcia Claire Bellows. On behalf of the entire congregation, I want to thank you. I think, honestly, that Marcia had the worst hand dealt to her in the history of the Brooklyn Heights Synagogue. Imagine leading a congregation, construction, figuring out all these things, and she has done it with such grace and kindness. No, really. You are cool, you're calm, you're level-headed, you're whip smart, and I was trying to think of one word to encompass all of you, and it's unflappable. I actually said that to Ayala today. You're unflappable, and that's something I'm not. So I hope, maybe by touching you, I'll take some of that. She's also excellent at reading contracts. She went to Northwestern Law School, woo! And she has really handled all of the wacky stuff that's come her way. I didn't say the expletive, but you've kept it together, and I really, really appreciate that. And I can't thank you enough for the thousands of hours that you've dedicated in the past 2 years. And thank your family, too. Thank you. So on behalf of the congregation, this is a tzedakah box. It's really beautiful. I don't know, probably don't want to.
It's by the artist Joy Stember, and it's from your favorite locale, the Jewish Museum.
Yes.
And there's a little plaque on the bottom, which you might, if you take that off, you might want to read the plaque.
It'll take time to unwrap it, I think.
To open it, unwrap. And,
sir, I'm like, do it later. He's like, do it now.
No, because
Okay.
there's.
In the meantime, we can talk about Miles.
Yeah.
Miles, you excited?
You want to chant Torah now? No.
Yeah. Just think tomorrow at this time, you will be a bar mitzvah. Do you need help? Wow, so beautiful. Okay, it says. Thank you so much. Toda Rabbah, with deepest gratitude to Marcia Bellows, Brooklyn Heights Synagogue President, 2020-22. Nothing is to be expected except the unexpected.
Alice James.
That's it for me, Serge. You come back.
Nope,
I'll bring you back up here to your pulpit, and you can lead us.
Thank you. Thank you both. Enjoy. Watch your step. Oh, there it is. Lauren, you want your ID badge? No, because I got a new one. Oh, you get a new one. It says trustee. You're right. Well, hang on to that one. So we're going to turn our thoughts now with the hope that our celebration raises up our prayers. We're going to turn our thoughts to those in need of healing, blessing. So if there's someone you have in mind who's a little under the weather, minor, modest, or something major, whether you're just praying for good health or for some sort of blessing for them, we're going to share these names: Lori Blum, Gloria Sancho, Jenny St. George, Chava Gittel bat Frida, Yona Chaya bat Miriam, Ruth bat Binyamin v'Chava, Steve Brown Inns, Yona Tevye ben Label v'Gita Chenya, Renee Fishzone, Moshe ben Leah, Nancy Lazar, Delroy Aline, Max Estroff, Heike bat Frida, Chaim, Kim Petchek, Peggy Einhorn, Bruce Shapiro Nygren, Eleanor Shapiro Nygren, Bela Rivka bat Shmuel Pesach v'Esther, Susan Sankin, David Stephen Cohen, Peter Hort, Ken Kalman Cohen, Christy Frank, Sally Sorbello, Vlada Rusev, Nick Boyer, Julie Bromberg, Eileen Dernfeld, Tom Walton, Judith Mincha, Chris Adam, Tim Weber, Jay Wertheimer, Ari Gilbert, Roberta Jamal, Rivka bat Nachum Vipero, Gilbert Young, Kathy Nesson. If you have a name you'd like to share aloud of someone in need of blessing, healing, I invite you to do so as my hand comes across the congregation. We join in the prayer right on the wall.
Mi sheberach avoteinu mekor haberacha leimoteinu. May the source of strength who bless the ones before us help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Mi sheberach imotenu mekor haberacha leavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen.
We turn ahead to prayers for Israel and for the United. What happened to our? Well, tell you what, we'll turn to the prayer book because we're missing our prayer for the United States.
259.
You can find on page, sorry about that, sometimes that happens, 258. Bottom of 258. Together, O guardian of life and liberty, may our nation always merit your protection. Teach us to give thanks for what we have by sharing it with those who are in need. keep our eyes open to the wonders of creation and alert to the care of the earth. May we never be lazy in the work of peace. May we honor those who have died in defense of our ideals. Grant our leaders wisdom and forbearance. May they govern with justice and compassion. Help us all to appreciate one another and to respect the many ways that we may serve you. May our homes be safe from affliction and strife, and our country be sound in body and spirit. Amen. Together at the top of the screen, or you'll also find on page 259 together. O Heavenly One, protector and redeemer of Israel, bless the state of Israel, which marks the dawning of hope for all who seek peace. Shield it beneath the wings of your love. Spread over it the canopy of your peace. Send your light and truth to all who lead and advise, guiding them with your good counsel. Strengthen the hands of those who defend our holy land. Grant them deliverance and adorn them in a mantle of victory. Establish peace in the land and fullness of joy for all who dwell there. Amen. We are still counting from Passover to Shavuot, from liberation to arriving at Mount Sinai. It is the 49th day, the final day of counting on this Shabbat, which means that tomorrow at sundown, the 50th day, Pentecost in the Greek, Shavuot, that moment where God and Israel encounter one another in covenant at Mount Sinai. So let's join together. Hineni muchan umzuman lekayem mitzvat aseh shel sfirat haomer. Behold, we are ready to fulfill the mitzvah of counting the Omer. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu al sfirat haomer. Our praise to you, Adonai, sovereign of all, who hallows us with mitzvot, commanding us to count the Omer. Hayom tisha v'arba'im yom shehem shiva shavuot la'omer. Today is 49 days, which is exactly 7 weeks of the Omer. May we be completed and renewed in our renewal of the covenant that was established so many generations, millennia ago. I'll remind you that Shavuot will be observed here on Sunday morning at 10:30 a.m. We have members of both our 10th grade and 12th grade classes who will be participating in the service with the cantor and myself. There'll also be Yizkor memorial prayers recited as well, 10:30 to 12:30 on Sunday. It'll be actually our very last service here in the sanctuary until we return. Please, God, quickly. Can I say it any more sincerely? We are going to turn to the concluding prayers, page 283, as I invite you to rise in body and or spirit as you are able for Aleinu, page 283, right up on the wall as well.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצא בראשית, שהוא שם חלקנו לייחד את שמו, וגר עלינו להמליך מלכותו, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא, שהוא נוטה שמיים ויוסד הארץ, ומושב יקרו בשמיים ממעל, ושכינתו זו בגובה מרמים. הוא אלוהינו אין עוד, אמת מלכנו אפס זולתו, כך כתוב בתורתו, וידעת היום והשבות אל לבביך, כי אדוני הוא אלוהים בשמיים ממעל, ועל הארץ מתחת אין עוד. ונאמר וחי אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד.
Our thoughts turn to those who are gathered with us through the blessing of memory. We recall those who have passed in the Shloshim in the last 30 days, and we share as well those who've died in Buffalo and Uvalde, Roberta A. Drury, Margus D. Morrison, Andre Macnell, Aaron Salter, Geraldine Talley, Celestine Cheney, Hayward Patterson, Catherine Massey, Pearl Young, Ruth Whitefield, Alexandria Ania Rubio, 10 years old, Alethea Ramirez, 10 years old, Mary Jo Garza, 10 years old, Annabelle Guadalupe Rodriguez, 10 years old, Eliana Cruz Torres, 10 years old, Eliana Eli Garcia, 9 years old, Jackie Cazares, 10 years old, Jaila Nicole Silguero, 10 years old, Jace Luivanos, 10 years old, Jose Flores, 10 years old, Lila Salazar, 10 years old, McKenna Lee Elrod, 10 years old, Mady Rodriguez, Miranda Mathis, 11 years old, Neva Bravo, Roelio Torres, 10 years old, Tess Marie Mata, Uzziah Garcia, 10 years old, Xavier Lopez, 10 years old, Eva Morales, 44, Irma Garcia. We also recall in our own congregational community, Vasil Ivashchenko, recalled by Cecile Hanft, and the passing Shirley Ruth Applebaum, mother of Amy Applebaum, grandmother of Molly Applebaum. We also call to mind those whose yahrzeit, the anniversary of their death, falls at this season of the year. Nathan Fischler is recalled by our community. Stanley Levinson is recalled by the congregational community. Sylvia Heifetz Metzger is recalled by Karen Metzger. Charles Chapin is recalled by Karen Moshman. Harry Wilder is recalled by Dahlia Radley Kingsley. Asta Bruckman is recalled by Hazel Ferschleiser. Abner Slatt is recalled by Pam Haft. Michael Kahan is recalled by Mickey Kahan. Sylvia Listman is recalled by James Katz. Joseph Del Ponte is recalled by Karen Gordon. Louis Sternlicht is recalled by Esther Sternlicht. Anna Ben is recalled by Lois Klein. Tilly Kolchinsky is recalled by the community. Isidore Cohen is recalled by Jay Cohen. Annie Brownstein is recalled by the congregation. Murray Pasikoff is recalled by Jerry Cohen. Dorothy Wallen is recalled by Joyce Raskin and Elaine Schultz. Miriam McLeod is recalled by Maureen McLeod. Augusta Getz is recalled by Diane Person. Blanche Hurwitz is recalled by Alexandra Partow. Jacob Emmanuel Stempler is recalled by Helen Hockney. Yaskel Fuhrer is recalled by Miriam Bukatinsky. Leopold Samuel Haas is recalled by Terry Haas. Charlotte Brodsky is recalled by Stephen Rissman. Arnold Wexler is recalled by Matthew Merkin. Hilda Davidoff is recalled by Marge Goldberg. Lillian Wittes is recalled by the congregational community. Luella Cutler is recalled by Jed Cutler. Sarah Kaminsky is recalled by Michelle Kaminsky, and Isaac Gold is recalled by Michael Kuhn. If I have inadvertently mispronounced any of these names, or if I have failed to share aloud the name of a loved one who you are remembering on this Sabbath Eve, I invite you to share those names aloud as my hand comes across the congregation. Zecher Tzadik Livracha. May their memories be for blessing. We sanctify their names and their memories, even as we sanctify God's name, and pray for the coming of God's realm. The words of the Kaddish Yatom, the Mourner's Kaddish, page 294. Page 294, we join together or right up on the wall. Yit Gadal v'yit Kadash Shemei Rabbah, בעלמא דברך חירותי וימליך מלכותי. בחיי חון ויומי חון ובחיי דכל בית ישראל, בגלה ובזמן קריב ואמרו אמן. יהי שמי רבא מברך לעולם ולעולמי עלמיא. יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי דקדושה בריחו. לעילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה, תושבחתה ונחמתה, דמירן ביעלמה ואמרו אמן. יהי שלום רבא מן שמיה, וחיים עלינו ועל כל ישראל ואמרו אמן. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ואמרו amen. May the source of peace that reigns on high cause peace to descend upon us, all Israel, the entire world, and let us all say amen.
עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל, ואמרו אמן. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל.
Amen. Please be seated, everyone. It is my pleasure to call the new president of the Brooklyn Heights Synagogue, Lauren Young, to deliver this Sabbath Eve's announcements.
Thank you. Shabbat Shalom again. And Mazel Tov to the Solar family. It's so exciting. The website for Serge's Silver Gala celebration, breaking news, it's live. You can go look at videos, pictures, you can see all the things that people said about him on our website. Hopefully the people who are members here received the email about all the relocation stuff that's happening. If you have any questions, Linda's in the back, I'm here. We're gonna be in a lot of different locations, as I said, but just know that services are going to be Friday night at the St. Francis College Auditorium. That's 180 Remsen Street.
It's one block that way.
Yeah, it's literally right there.
The street. It's not that far away.
And the first one is June 10th. We're gonna, of course, live stream and Zoom, so hi everybody there. After this, upstairs on the second floor, we have food, we have drink, we're gonna toast Marcia, so please come up. The capital campaign is in its final weeks. June 30th is our deadline. We still need to raise $700,000. We could do it. Miles, maybe he'll give us some of his bar mitzvah. But whatever you can do, this is the time. So we're in the final minutes here, please. The summer camp is accepting applications. Check on our website to see how you can help with Ukraine. We've got wonderful social action opportunities, and we also have really interesting stuff coming up regarding climate change. And that's everything that's on here. Was there anything else you wanted me to say, Linda or Serge? Okay, great. So Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Take it away.
So our closing song is Adon Olam. Adon Olam, for those unfamiliar, is the standard hymn, the Lord of all who reigns supreme before creation came about. It is a medieval liturgical poem, but it has a very special quality that you can fit the syllables of the words to any melody whatsoever.
As they'll find out tomorrow.
As you'll find out tomorrow morning at Miles' service when we sing Adon Olam at the end. I think tonight we're singing a more standard melody. Immediately after Adon Olam, we're going to go right outside. We're going to make Kiddush. You'll be offered some grape juice or wine. Hold on to it till Miles helps lead the blessings with the cantor and myself. And then I think is there a festive oneg? Upstairs. There's a festive oneg. That's libation and collation and food. That'll be upstairs. There's an elevator that's still functioning. By the way, that hole, when you go outside, you know that hole in the wall? That's going to be the new elevator that goes between both buildings. It's not there by accident, the hole in the wall. Eventually, there'll be a brand new elevator. Okay, enough narration of Adon Olam.
אדון עולם, השם עליו בטרם כל יציר נברא, לעת נשא בחץ הכל, אזי מלך שמו נקרא, ואחרי ככלות הכל לבדו ימלוך נורא, והוא היה והוא הווה והוא יהיה בתפארה, והוא אחד ואין שני להמשילו להכבירה, בלי ראשית בלי תכלית ולא העוז והמשרה, והוא אלי וחית גואלי וצורחב לי ויצרות, והוא ניסי ומנוס לי ונקוסי ביום אקרא, בידו הפקיד רוחי תישן בעירה, ואם רוחי גביעתי אדוני לי ולא אירה.
Shabbat Shalom. Miles, you're still working. Come on. Bam, bim, 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 bam. Bim, 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 bam. Bim, bam, bim. I don't know how that happened. I'm so sorry. Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom. Hey! Hey! Shabbat, 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 Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat, Shabbat. Miles, that's for you. Hine ma tov u'manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov u'manayim shevet achim. Hine ma tov shevet achim gam. Thank you, fine sir. Hine ma tov shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov u'manayim achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov u'manayim shevet achim gam. So Rabbi says once you take your grape juice, please take 5 giant steps forward toward the front. We have 3/4 of an oneg room. This is almost our last occasion. I promise once we come back, there's going to be much bigger space. But in the meantime, it gets a little crowded and people want to get out of the sanctuary. So if you keep stepping forward until you can step no more, you will be in the right location for those who would like to get out of the sanctuary. Okay. You got to... ביום השביעי מלאכתו אשר עשה, עוד ביום השביעי עוד מלאכתו אשר עשה. בשעותו
Yeah.
Chabera, you're on. Baruch. Amen. Kivanu v'charta Tanu kidashta kol hamim b'Shabbat kodshecha b'yahava uvratzon hinchaltanu Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh HaShabbat. Amen. L'chaim. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen. B'tei avon bon appetit, you're invited upstairs. You're welcome. Would you like some challah? There you go. There you go. There you go. No, no problem. There you go. There you go. I'm passing them out. Have some challah. Have some challah. You're welcome. Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom. Mazel tov. Shabbat shalom. Shabbat. No, no. Who's missing their phone with a cute baby? Cute baby on a phone, crying for you. Wants to know why you left him there. You are so welcome. Make sure that everyone stays healthy and gets a good night's sleep. Challah, challah. Oh, sure. Why not? Why not? Absolutely. You would like a little one.
I want a little one too.
You want a little one. There you go.
Can I leave these here?
Yeah, please.
Thank you very much.
You're very welcome. Congratulations. See you tomorrow. You're very welcome, Eli. Okay. See you later, alligators. Hello. What's with you?
I did a good deed on last Friday, and I gave blood. And then I had lunch with Eileen Dernfeld. And then I either got up too fast or carried too many bags, and I fainted on Montague Street.
Oi.
And I hit the ground, and this turned into cellulitis, which is what this is.
Why am I hearing about this now? Why did no one tell me?
Like, I hibernated for the past week because it was so uncomfortable. This is good. I stopped at David Ogden's office yesterday. I said, is there some way I can see somebody, anybody?
Yeah.
And David's got COVID. And the whole staff, no doctors.
Yep. Yep.
I don't even think I gave my name, but I might have. I don't remember. And this morning at 8:30, David FaceTimes me.
Wow.
I didn't call him. I
Yeah.
wouldn't have expected it. He tells me he's got COVID and everything. I'm like, and you're calling me? And he gave me exactly what I needed.
Good. Good.
And his cell phone number to call him.
I could have given you a cell phone number. Christian, thank you. You will. You will. Rabbi Oren will be in the library and we'll be in here. Thank you again. Peter, thank you.
All new people.
Okay.
Thank you.
Was that a good, what do you think? Is that a good choice, that book?
Oh my God, it couldn't be better. You may never get it back. Not just for me, for everybody else. That was really nice. I mean, it'll probably take some time to figure out how to,
Yeah.
you know?
It's a little research. I love researching.
Good job.
Thank you. Thank you. Come, have a bite.
Sure, sure.
Shabbat Shalom. Sorry about this morning. I worry about everything. I can't help myself. Cantor, thank you. Wherever you are.
You're not emptying out that credenza, are you?
I have no idea. I don't know.
It's going to be covered in plastic as long as
Yeah.
you don't need anything from me, right?
Yeah.
I'm leaving it here because I don't need. I will take the 3 things I need.
I'm not worrying about anything quite yet. Things.